Hey guys, so just wanted to give a quick example of running through a volcanic mine game by yourself. I got my dragon pickaxe within just a couple of hours of this, so anyone can do this. It's very quick and easy. I know this is probably a little outdated at this point, but I'm mainly saving this for next leagues that I do this. And if you want to just skip ahead, just use the timestamp and you can skip to where I actually get the trophy and give my final thoughts at the end if you want to. But here's kind of the stuff that led me up to getting the dragon trophy and beyond. So see, if you go by yourself, the game starts in 30 seconds. You just kind of wait for the timer. Once it starts, click the stairs, run up to this specific large rock. I have it marked just to help me get there quickly in AFK. Place it here on this chamber and then mine it. You're going to do this 3 different times throughout. Come up here north and click your little water container to make a little pathway across. And I mark these 2 tiles just to remind myself where I'm going. Keep using the water heater to make a path and then inspect this vent. You can pray ranged against these guys to save. So some people just come here in full prayer gear. Same thing here, inspect this vent. And you'll notice on the left, you're getting 50 points each time you do any action. So I'm up to 208 points. And you're going to go until you get 408 points. That's the cap you can get by taking advantage of this large rock, placing it in the chamber, and then mining it. So do this action one more time. And then I have to wait, and I'll repeat this one more time until I get to 408 points. And at that point, that will be the limit reached. And then I just head on out, get my 25k mining XP, and then head back in. I'll buy a couple ore packs. Oh, I just got it. Sweet. Whoa, what have you got there? It's a broken one. It's funny because it's not. So there's a point for equipping it. Cool. That didn't take really long at all. Maybe an hour and a half, but it's really chill. Just hanging out. There's another easy 200 points for just coming down here to get a runite fragment. You just come south of the stairs and use your little water container. Yeah, there it is. 200 points. Very easy to get. That took like 10 seconds. So I'm giving this underwater agility thing a try. It's actually really good XP per hour. And you just kind of come to the chests underwater and you just kind of spam click them and you get these mermaid tiers that you can turn in for extra agility XP. So me from the future, I got around 3.5 million XP per hour at this level. And at 99, I was getting above 4 million XP per hour. So it's incredibly good. I was doing Hallowed Sepulchre level 5. And even with those runs, which is theoretically the best XP in the game, I was only getting like 1.3 mil XP per hour. So this is like 3 or 4 times better than the best agility XP in the game. And I have my unfinished potions stash that I'm kind of making. I'm cleaning herbs and making them into vials of water. If it's too far, then I'll just hang out by a bubble because I don't have flippers, so I go really slowly. You can only get flippers in Asgarnia. You also get way too many fossils, so you have to keep coming back to the ship here and depositing them. This plugin that I'm using is called Underwater Agility, and it's really nice. So I can turn like the oxygen percentage differently. These lines I can change if they're too distracting, or I can just turn it to like a key where, hey, they'll only show up if I hold down shift or something. But I like the lines. They're really helpful, kind of show where the secret passages go. Best thing, you can get rid of all this water glow on your screen. So definitely get this plugin if you're going to do this. So my inventory gets full of fossils constantly. So occasionally you just have to swim back, deposit them here, and then we can use them for later for XP lamp. So I'm going to use it at the Marowak Museum. So the XP you get scales with your level. So you don't want to just turn in all your tiers at once. You kind of want to turn in like enough to just get you within the same level so you can get more XP at the next level. Also, do not spend over 700 tiers at once or else you'll just straight up lose the tiers additionally. Also, don't even do this at all if you're not dodgy deals. You can spam click the clam and it's only a 1 out of 8 chance you'll get a tier if you don't have dodgy deals, but because the success rate is 100% with dodgy deals, then that's what makes this method viable. So please don't touch this at all if you don't have dodgy deals. Did more gauntlet and got my 6th armor seed at kill count 80. So get 200 points for equipping the full crystal armor set. So something good about getting all 6 armor seeds is I can now make 2 bodies at once and it goes much quicker. So just hit all and boom, you can see 480 XP, 99 crafting, followed by 99 smithing. I'm going to quickly summarize a lot of progress in one sitting, but I got the Tonsaldix for a quick 200 points. Then I went over, got the Pirate's Hook. This takes an hour and a half, and it's a quick 400 points. Really well time spent. Killed a couple Nightmare to get a little points that way. and did a bunch of the combat achievements for both of them. Did 50 Hunter Rumors and got 80 points for that, as well as another 80 points for equipping the full Guild Hunter outfit. I wanted to get the Lumbridge Diary done so I could stop using the Draman Staff. With the multiple runes in one inventory, you don't have to have a tiara. You can just use your Banker's Note and drop Essence ahead of time, and then just destroy your note this way. 200 points for completing the diary, and this will be really nice to be able to just use my spirit ring in my house with my construction cape as the teleport instead of having to use the compass to take me to the Enchanted Valley. 200 points for finishing 300 Araxor kills, and I got 3 jars in all these kills, which is not boosted, so that was kind of a weird drop, but glad this is done. Got a bunch of points for completing each floor of the Sepulchre. So funny enough, with Last Stand, you can purposely get your health down low with the Locator Orb and then just get hit by something, and then you can literally ignore all the mechanics and just run through everything. So this was hilarious to discover. And 200 more points for getting it done under 6 minutes 30 seconds. This was a lot easier with the Locator Orb shenanigans. So I'm pretty much doing all my mining XP through stars. You can just go here on the Orosaurus portal website and it'll tell you can filter for leagues worlds and it'll tell you where they are. So you just find one that's in your areas and go for it. So it makes it very chill. Oh, phew. The last Zulrich KC is 300 that you need for points, and I just got the Tan's Fang at 274, which was my last item. So now I don't have to worry about doing any kills past 300. 200 more points for killing the 300 Zulra. Points for getting every hallowed tool. 80 points for opening up an enhanced crystal chest. The Dragonstone armor is 1 out of 200, so this could be a long grind for that. So went on a big thieving binge to get crystal and got a Rocky pet. So I got 200 points for getting a skilling pet. Finally at 150 million thieving XP. Okay, 25 million crafting XP and smithing XP. 35 million crafting and smithing also. 400 more points for 50 million smithing and crafting. So in total, this was 1,200 points from 99 to 50 mil for these two. Now that I'm done remaking my crystal, I can make it into a color and keep it. So here's where I'm really just trying to push for dragon and do all the small point tasks that I've been avoiding over the past while. So birdhouse, making 100 antelope, making 100 pies, and a bunch of others I won't bother including. 200 more points for 99 rune crafting. Well, now that I'm almost 200 mil, finally doing Haunted Mine. So there's a task to plant 5 crystal acorns, and the way you get those is you just turn in crystal weapon seeds to this guy here. So most people did moons early on in their accounts, but it was actually kind of nice for me to come back after being full bis, because oftentimes I would kill it 100 to 0 with the scythe and not even have to worry about any intermission phases, which the intermission phases take a really long time. So this was great. Completed the combat achievements and got a 200 points for that, and then a bunch of other points for getting all the other clog items. I completed it at 61 kills. Did a couple nightmare kills with my clan, and 21 kills I got an Eldritch Orb, and then literally back to back I got a Nightmare Staff. So that was pretty spoon-fed to me. In a group of 4, I got both the drops. But that was a nice 400 points for that. Oh, thank goodness. I was starting to get really worried. 288, so literally right before the 300 task. Cool, now I can just kill 12 more and not have to ever come back to these guys. When did all the Jad challenges? I got a ton of points for this. You get so many on your way there, and then completing it gives you a final 400 points. I didn't bother with the Leagues challenges because I think it was just too hard with melee. Got my Gout Tuber. Make sure if you're going for this, you take your worst machete. How it works is you get more rolls the more you fail. So you want to try and fail as many times as possible, basically. It's counterintuitive, but definitely don't grab a ruby machete like this guy. So I'm going to buy a rune crafting cape because it counts as a tiara and it'll make some of these tasks easier. There's a newer-ish shortcut at the north end of Shiloh Village. So that makes it easy to get to the nature altar. There's an elite task. Elite Crumja Diary. 200 points for 100 Volcano. I'll save the tool seed farm to the very end. I'm not really in the mood to do this since I have to get a tool seed on the main game still on my Iron Man. 200 points for finishing the beginner clue log. It took me 129 clues. I swear everyone else that I saw completed it in less than half that amount, but glad this is done. Did a bunch of clues and got 200 points for 350 collection log slots. I'm a little annoyed because I did a ton of hard clues and got like half the log, but I never got a Barrows step during that whole time. So I really don't want to start doing Barrows until I get that step. 200 points for 300 KC at Vardorvis. I think I'll take a little bit of a break here and come back later. I would still need 3 axe pieces and a Virtus chest is the only other thing I can get from here. So I'll do that at the end. So I got 200 points for doing 5 Infernos. I tried to do all of the combat achievements too because that's another 400 points, which is a massive amount. The only one I was having real troubles with is staying above 50 HP. It was kind of annoying because I couldn't use my last stand at all during the whole Inferno. I put one of my 3 Venom jars in here.
Leads task completed.
Oh, it took all of them. Did it eat? It ate all my jars. That's kind of funny. So this is my first exposure to mastering mixology. It seems like I got like 400k XP per hour once I started getting the hang of it. So it wasn't very good, but of course I'm just here for the rewards. Base 90. So I'm going for the achievement where I can't get hit by one of the little healer bats or lose any prayer points. So the way I'm doing this is with a Bofa and just staying as far away from the spawns as possible. FC spawn predictor is really nice because that lets me know, hey, I should get away from this area where the bat's about to spawn next so that I can get away from it and kill it before it gets to me so it doesn't instantly attack me. 400 points for doing the Fight Cave achievements, and then 200 more for getting 5kc. Went and finished up the Soul Combat achievements. The only really annoying one was the one that's random if you have to get the reinforcements from the bees and such. But other than that, it wasn't too bad. And it gave me a whopping 400 points. Kind of a random task, but Hard Morty Diary pushed me over into Dragon Rank territory. So we have a long way to go still to try and get as many points as possible to get into top 500, which is my goal. Also, today is December 18th, so 3 weeks from release is how long it took to get Dragon this year. I feel like it was way quicker this year because of all the relics get you started really quickly. Getting 5x drop rate pretty early, like tier 4, really helped out a lot. So I find it kind of interesting, even though it's more points. Last year, Dragon was only 56,000, and this year was 60,000. But I still got it a lot quicker than I did last year, and I think most people are as well. So I was officially the 3,094th person to hit Dragon. So I'll pull up in my summary at this point. Notably, it took 21 days. So with an entire month left, I still had plenty of time to keep making points, as my goal was still to get the highest amount of points as possible and complete all the tasks. I will just include the highlights here to quickly go over everything. But Nightmare was pretty good. I got almost full Inquisitor. I could not get the helm, unfortunately. Got the achievements done for Fasani's and regular Nightmare. So I got 2 maces, 2 eldritches, chest pieces, and 2 legs, but no helmet. I just ran out of time. Grinded Sepulchre until I got the Ring of Endurance, and then went on to finish 50 mil agility at Underwater Agility. At Vardorvis, I got super spooned and got the Virtus chest piece just at 317. So that was 400 points, which was really massive. I decided to take the win here and avoid Vardorvis and not go for the Soul Reaper Axe. So that was one of the tasks I wasn't able to complete. Finished doing 15 Infernos and the Inferno CAs, and that was 800 points for both of those. Got the Elite Combat tier unlocked, and that was another 400 points, pushing me closer to 75,000 points. And that catches us up to today, which is the final day of leagues. You can tell from everyone dropping all their stuff all over the ground, which is kind of funny. All these scythes and such. But I got 50 mil in pretty much all the skills. The only ones I didn't were Herblore and Mining. I stopped at 35 mil, as well as Fire Making. Herblore ended up being a little bit more of an issue than I anticipated. I thought with Overgrown to be pretty free, but my areas just didn't provide a whole lot of seeds to get all the way up to 50 million. I'll go and finish up rune crafting later today. I think that's the only thing left I'm going to do today. But 76,540 is what I'm at right now. And currently that's rank 424. So top 500 was my goal, and I definitely achieved that. So pretty happy with how everything turned out. So for those curious, this says my total area points was around 83,000. It was a little less than that because a lot of these tasks were actually impossible to complete. They require either other areas or some of them were impractical. So I calculated it as the absolute max was 82,290. I do think some were practically impossible. The biggest one in Varlamore being the Moonlight Fanatic helmet. 1 out of 400 is just absurd. I only got like 5 keys the whole league between my Huey and Skilling and Varlamore. So that was more or less impossible to complete all the tasks already if you chose Varlamore. I'm not too sad I chose Varlamore because it ended up being, I think, the most fun region with all the things that you got, like the Sunlight Spear was really fun to use. I also didn't choose the Clue Relic since I chose the Slayer one, and I wasn't able to get enough Master Clues to complete some of these steps. So that was personally impossible for me, but that was self-imposed. A big issue with my area combinations and anyone that took them is the Zealot piece was incredibly rare because we didn't have access to Redwood logs. Mathematically, it was pretty impossible to get this task completed. Essentially impossible to complete this set without getting Zaya for Redwood Logs access. 911 tasks, and I had probably a couple dozen left that I wasn't able to complete because I just ran out of time. And that'll do it for this leagues. I had a great time. It was like the best leagues that Jagex has ever done by far. I love the combat mastery system. That was so much fun. I loved Ivarlamore and all the echo items that they added. I am excited to get back to making my normal Iron Man progress videos. So if you're interested in that, be sure to subscribe. I've got a lot of progress videos down in the pipeline. You can check out my first one I made of my 500 kill count at Chambers of Xeric. So we'll see you guys in the next one.